Good afternoon. So I started this channel doing videos about back pain and sciatic pain and nerve pain and, well, pain and surgery and bowel issues and medication issues. And I am doing 1,000,000% better. Still have some nerve pain. Told I was going to happen for a while. But I'm working and I'm driving and I'm getting around and I'm starting to move around a lot better. So life is so much better, and I am not any better at taking videos. But I want to talk to you guys about something totally different today. So, today is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone in the United States. And I love this holiday, always have. My grandmother used to make big holiday dinner, and I have very good memories of her turkey and her stuffing and potatoes and things of that nature. We did not have green bean casserole. That was something I didn't learn about until I was like 17 and moved and had that for the first time. Anyway, also not my point. Tomorrow is Black Friday. Some people call it Plaid Friday. Some people call it Small Business Friday. Some people are calling it Green Friday. And then Monday is Cyber Monday, and Tuesday is Giving Tuesday. And ultimately, the point is you are being asked to spend money, either at small businesses or large box stores, or to give money to nonprofits. Always a good thing, and it's a good day to do it if this is the day of the year you do it, or you may give more if you give all year long. But we're being asked over the next number of days to spend and to empty our pockets and our wallets to companies for their bottom lines and their needs. It now has become an early Black Friday, so I started getting things by email, lots of emails, a week or two ago. And, it's 20% off, 30% off, 40% off, 30% off if you spend $50 or more. If you spend $100 or more, we'll give you free shipping. If you spend $100 or more, we'll give you a free gift. The free gift may be worth $10, And the question is, do I need to spend the money? I don't know. Were you spending it anyway? Or are you getting an incentive to spend money that you had no intention of spending? One of the other areas that we're being asked to spend is on streaming. So even a streaming company that I had a special on cost me like $3 a month. All of a sudden I get an email saying, okay, starting next month, it's $13.99 a month. I said, no, thank you. And I cut it off. And last week they said, we really want you back. They do that a lot, don't they? You get rid of them and they go, please come back, please come back. So I got an offer for $4.99 a month. Why didn't they offer me that to begin with? Because they were hoping, like maybe a lot of people, that I would spend $13.99 a month. So I did take it back for $4.99 a month. They also used to let you do it month by month, and now they lock you into contracts. And often the contract that you get locked into, when you say, hey, I want to cancel, they go, well, we have a different plan. This one's only $20 a year instead of $120 a year. So many of us cut the cord. You can see my over-the-air antenna there, which frankly, other than PBS, I get very little over-the-air television. It's ridiculous how little over-the-air TV I get where I live. And I would have to put an antenna on top of the house, on top of the roof, and I can't do that in this neighborhood. So here we are. I have that, and I have to stream. But the question is, how much streaming can I do? I cut the cord because I didn't want to spend that much money. And all of a sudden, here I am, $10 here and $5 there and $20 there. And now, it's like, well, do I really need all that TV? I'm grateful to my mobile carrier, which gives me a couple of channels as part of my cell phone service. So that is helpful to me, and I've made good use of them. So I have a couple of things that I purchase on streaming, and because I watch a lot of that, and I can't get it over the air. And then they have those things that are only on their streaming service, so you can't watch them over the air anyway, or you can't even watch them on cable, only through their streaming service, or through cable, through an extra package that you get on their streaming service. So, I mean, they're trying to get you coming and going, right? And then here's the new one. Do you watch podcasts? Do you listen to podcasts? Do you get blogs or newsletters through email or Substack? I do. I listen to podcasts on the way to work and back all the time. If I'm not doing an audiobook, and occasionally just terrestrial radio. How quaint, right? And so the new thing is you can get extra content. You can be a member of their community if you buy every month an additional service from them. Recipes that you can only get if you're a paid subscriber. How many things am I supposed to pay for? 20 years ago, I was so happy to have TiVo and not have commercials on cable, because cable started having commercials where it didn't. But I could get rid of the commercials. I could fast forward through commercials. But now, every streaming service I have has commercials, except for PBS, because they don't have commercials in the middle of shows anyway. But I can't believe I'm back to watching commercials, because I refuse to spend an additional $15 or $20 to be commercial free. And I feel the same way about some of these podcasts that are asking for additional money. Just put in a commercial or 2 or 10 or whatever, and I will get whatever you offer. But everybody needs to stop asking for money. It's getting to be ridiculous. And I know I sound like a cranky old lady this morning. And I am thankful for my health. And I am thankful for my mother's health and my brother's health and my friends who are, thank goodness, doing well. And that my business survived me being out for 4 to 6 weeks. And I'm so grateful every day that I lived through my surgery, because I was scared about dying on the table, because I had the 2 surgeries and had to be under anesthesia, and I was afraid, So all of this is great, and I am thankful, but I'm tired of opening my wallet for everything. And so there are things that I no longer pay for. And, if they say, oh, we can't give you this service anymore, it's like, yeah, okay. Or we can give you this service, but you have to listen with commercials. Okay. You can't get this recipe because you're not a paid subscriber. Okay. Or, whatever it is, they have extra content, or you can't be part of the community, and I use the quotes, community. Okay. I'm okay. Because there are 10 podcasts and however many more Substacks. I can't pay each of them $5 to $10 a month for the ability to have extras that half the time I don't have time to look at. Do you? I don't. I mean, a lot of friends took off this past week. They worked Monday, Tuesday, and all day Wednesday, or they didn't work. I worked all day, Monday and Tuesday, and a good portion of yesterday, Wednesday, and I even have to meet someone briefly tomorrow, Friday, on, I don't know, Black Friday, I guess you'd call it. And, you know, I'm sorry, you know, the money train has to stop. The asking has to stop. You know, because I'm a business owner, I not only get asks at home, I get asks at the office. And so there's tons of mail saying, please give money. Or you give money and then you get a letter a week later, you know, thank you so much for money. Can you give more? You know, it's like, no. And I'm sorry that I can't give more, but no. And at some point, do I have to give things up? Yes, I do. People say, you know, Suzanne, you read a lot, so all the books you buy. Well, no, I buy 10% of my books. 90% I get through the library. May I tell you that the Libby app, if you like to read on an app or on a Kindle, it is great. And I listen to audiobooks that way too. So, you know, why do I buy books? Because I saw the author and I have a signed copy. Or I can't get it online, or through the library in any way. Or I can't get it through the library, I should say, because the library doesn't have it. And I guess I could try interlibrary loan through them, but most of the time it's like, okay, you know, this is a book I'll buy. But I'm careful, you know, and I don't understand this constant ask. How do you feel about this? So do you get tired of people always asking you for money? People always asking for, you know, how much do you spend on streaming and cable? And I'm shocked by what people tell me they spend for their internet and their cable and their streaming services. And they have, you know, satellite radio as well. And they pay for other music streaming services. And it's constant. And I start in my head adding up how much money they're spending, and I'm thinking, that's a lot of money a month to be spending on all these things. And I apologize, my cat feeder is telling my cats it's time for a snack and pouring the food out, but it talks to them. So, and they're not coming. So they're pretty happy they're laying on the bed. And, you know, because they get to sleep all day while I work and make money. So they, you know, I'm their slave. But that's another story altogether for another time. Anyway, we're coming up on 15 minutes. Thank you for putting up with me ranting for 15 minutes. How do you feel about this? What do you think? What have you cut out? What have you added? What do you think is worthwhile? Put it in the comments, and let's see if we can have a conversation about this, because I think it's too much. I think it's too much. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.